In a real estate transaction, possession is when the buyer is granted access to their new home after closing is complete. Possession is usually symbolized by the passing of the keys from the seller to the buyer. The possession date is different for every transaction and is already agreed upon by the buyer and seller prior to the closing. Typically, possession ranges anywhere from immediately after the closing to 30 to 60 days after closing, but can be at any time at which the buyer and seller agree. Before closing, the buyer should discuss any questions they may have about the home with the real estate professional and also confirm the date on which they will be able to gain access to the home.
Both the buyer and the seller will want to make sure that all the utilities are transferred into the buyer's name. In order to transfer the utilities, you and your agent will need the information for your new utility companies, such as electric, gas or propane, water, sewer, and trash. This information can be obtained from the previous owner or the listing agent. Making contact with all of your utility providers a week from the possession date should ensure a smooth transfer of utilities. Other services such as cable, telephone, internet, lawn care, and security are typically turned off by the old owner, and the new owner establishes the new services with the same or new preferred providers. It is a good idea to notify your agent when your utilities are transferred.
One of the most important protections to have in place is your homeowner's insurance. You should already have your insurance in place prior to closing. However, double checking with your agent that you have proper coverage before taking possession can provide an additional layer of peace of mind.
Once you have possession date and time, utilities arranged, and insurance is double checked, it is time to get your keys to your new home. The real estate agents in the transaction will communicate to develop a plan to hand the keys over from the seller to the buyer. Your keys may be picked up, handed to you, or maybe possibly left at the property. Regardless of the plan, you should ensure the arrangements are set up prior to possession date.
The seller should share their tips and knowledge about the home that may be helpful to their agent. On possession day, these tips can be laid on the kitchen counter for the buyer when they walk in. Some sellers have been very helpful and have written a tips and tricks letter or left behind a packet of information about the property.
The first time you enter the property, you should take a good look around the home to ensure it's in the same condition or better than when you saw the property last. If anything is out of place or in need of repair, please contact your real estate professional. Another thing to look for is possible items left behind by the previous owner. If anything is found, then you can contact your real estate agent to coordinate the return of the items.
Possession is a very exciting and important part of the real estate purchase process. Establishing the possession date and time, setting up utilities and services for the home, ensuring your insurance is in place, and noting any tips and tricks the seller has left behind is crucial pieces of having a smooth transition into your new home.